find the general solution of the differential equation. So we have a non-homogeneous second order constant coefficient linear ODE. To solve this, first we consider the corresponding homogeneous. So just take right hand side 0. So consider y double prime plus 4y equals 0. And we already know how to solve this. For we find the characteristic equation, which is r squared plus 4, subtract 4, so negative 4, so r equals square root of negative 4, so plus minus 2i. Okay, so based on plus minus 2i, so we have cosine 2t is a solution and sine 2t is another solution. So we find a solution of this homogeneous, and that's called the complementary solution. So YC complementary solution is C1 cosine 2t plus C2 sine 2t. Now we find a particular solution considering this non-homogeneous part, and the general solution will be complementary plus that particular solution. Okay, so for a particular solution, so we let y be just y, particular yp be just constant times whatever we have in the right hand side. But sine, when we find the derivative, sine will be just cosine as well, because the derivative of sine is cosine. So we have to write down a linear combination of sine and cosine. So sine 2t, so we have to write sine 2t, some constant, plus some constant cosine 2t. Okay, then we can always take a, b constant, and we need to determine a and b. But sine 2t is already a solution. Look at here, sine 2t is already a solution, same as cosine 2t. So we need to multiply by a variable t. So we just multiply throughout by t, which is same as at sine t plus bt cosine t. Okay, we are multiplying by t because sine t cosine t are already solutions. Okay, now that's y. Now we want to plug this y into this non-homogeneous ODE and determine the values of a and b. This is y. Look at here, we have to find y double prime. So let's find y double prime and plug this here. So y prime is now is a product, so we need to use the product rule. Okay, we could have written this in this way, rewrite this, because t we can factor t out. So this is a sine 2t plus b cosine 2t. Now when we find the derivative, it's a product rule. So derivative of t is 1 and leave the second factor alone. So a sine 2t plus b cosine 2t plus leave the first factor alone t times take the derivative of this inside. Now derivative of sine is cosine, so 2 cosine, so 2a cosine 2t. Derivative of cosine is negative sine, so negative, and this 2b sine 2t. Okay, now this is y prime, we need to find y double prime. So let's find the derivative one more time. So a is constant, so we don't have to use product rule. So derivative of sine is cosine, and 2 jumps outside, 2a cosine 2t. Derivative of cosine is negative, so negative makes this plus minus, so 2b sine 2t plus, here we need to use product rule like last time. So derivative of t is 1, leave the second factor alone, which is 2a cosine 2t minus 2b sine 2t plus leave t alone, t, take the derivative of inside function, which is now cosine negative sine and 2 to 4, so negative 4a sine 2t, derivative of sine is cosine and 2 to 4, so negative 4b cosine 2t. Let's simplify. Looks like we can simplify this. Y double prime 2a cosine 2t and 2a cosine 2t, we can add, that is 4a cosine 2t, negative 2b sine 2t, negative 2b sine 2t, that's negative 4b sine 2t, and we have everything. In fact, negative, negative, we can factor negative outside and t already outside. This is 4a sine 2t, we took negative out, so plus 4b, we could have taken 4 out as well, cosine 2t. Okay, that's y prime. Now we want to plug this into the original ODE. Okay, y double prime plus 4y equals sine 2t here. So y double prime is here, y double prime plus 4y, so we're going to multiply this y by 4. I don't have to multiply by anything, multiply by 4 here and add, that should be equal to sine 2t. Okay, plug these into the given ordinary differential equation. So we have y prime, which is 4a cosine 2t minus 4b sine 2t. I want to distribute this. Okay, minus 4at sine 2t minus 4bt cosine 2t. That's just y prime. Look at the question, y prime plus 4y plus 4y, multiply by 4 throughout, so 4at sine 2t and 4tb, that is plus 4bt cosine 2t, that is equal to right hand side is just simply sine 2t. Okay, that's sine 2t. Let's simplify the left hand side. Negative 480 sine 2t, positive 480 sine 2t, so these two cancel, these two cancel as well, and now we have 4a cosine 2t minus 4b sine 2t is equal to 1 sine 2t. I mean, there is nothing means plus, there is 1 sine 2t, 0 cosine 2t. Now when we equate the coefficients, so 4a should be equal to 0 because that's the coefficient of cosine, and negative 4b should be equal to 1. So this implies 4a, the coefficient of cosine 2t, nothing means 0, and negative 4b, that's coefficient of sine 2t, that's 1. So 4a equals 0 means a equals 0, just divide by 4, and b equals negative 1/4. So a particular solution which was here, okay, particular solution, and a is 0, so we don't have sine part, just bt cosine 2t, and b is negative 1/4. So negative 1/4 t cosine 2t. So thus a particular solution is negative 1/4 t cosine 2t. Okay, so b is negative 1/4, and now yp plus our complementary solution is here, this yc plus this yp will give us the general solution. So hence the general solution y is yc plus yp, and yc is here, the C1 cosine plus C2 sine. So C1 cosine plus C2 sine plus yp is negative 1/4 t cosine 2t. Okay, final.